So when you go into Offerwall, the games that you have installed are at the top. And if you look at this one, this is where I've been making all of my stuff. I've earned 16,864 gems. But I also normally keep smaller ones, so this is one that I kind of play occasionally, and I've gotten 2,000. This other one I tried, but it was not very time efficient, so I got to a certain level threshold and I stopped. So if you click on the little I and click on see details, this one was reach level 10 for 95 gems, and that took way too long, so I just deleted the game. Because there was no point. Level 20 was 380 gems, versus on Puzzles and Chaos, for example, this was on a 4 times weekend. Castle to level 3, 760 gems took like maybe 6 minutes or so. Level 5 and 7 for 940 and 1197 gems probably took closer to like 15 to 25 minutes to get both of those done. Like to get to level 7. Now that I'm getting into the higher castles, like Castle 14 took close to 2 days to build. But it's one of those things where you go in, you build it, and then you're done. So my last one that I just got last night, which is how I got my next Sundale storage, was 6,000 gems. And you can see here 19,086 gems when I hit castle level 19. So here is Puzzles and Chaos. You can see my castle level is 17. In order to upgrade it, you'll see that it's going to take 3 days. The big thing that I have now is that I need resources. So in order to play this game, I just log in and I collect resources, and I try to make sure my resource buildings are very high level. And then I send my marches out to collect resources. And then other than that, I just keep things building. So in order to upgrade your citadel, you need to do your wall. So I still have 7.5 hours on that. These games are pretty easy. I've played them a lot, so I'm very familiar with them. But even if you're not super familiar with them, they're not that tricky. But it will tell you exactly what you need to level up. So here it says I need the wall and infantry camp. When I click on that, it will take you exactly to where you need to go. In order to do the infantry camp, I needed to do the residence. So that's where this is. And so that's going now. So Klondike is another one that was really good. It's also very easy, and it actually did let me play it even though I've done it before. You can see, so tier 1, 2781, so those were certain levels. So this is what this is saying, tier 3, I'm in the level 14 through 19 realm. So if I finished level 14, I would get 464 gems. The levels at this point take a lot more. The levels at the first beginning part were 200 or 300 gems each, and some of those only take a minute or two. So that's pretty huge. And Klondike is a game where you can log in, spend your stamina, and log out, and only spend like a couple minutes playing it like 3 times a day, or about every hour and a half you fill on stamina. So however many times you can log in, you just go in, you spend all your stamina, and you leave, and you can level up pretty quickly. And I would say to level 10 it takes at max an hour, and that was almost 4,000 gems. The other cool thing is, if you've tried a game like this one that I've decided I don't want to play anymore, you can just remove it from the list. So I did that with a few of them. Palmon Survival is a lot like the other one I just showed you. And so that's a lot of gems. But any of these ones that are like really, really big gems for doing, I would wait until you have a ×2 or ×4 weekend, because you'll get insane amounts of gems for that. So if it's not a bonus weekend, just wait, or download like a tiny game, like one of these like Diner Fever, if you want something to do to make some gems. But save the really good ones for the double point weekends. The other thing is that you have a certain amount of days to do them. So pretty much every time there's a specialty point weekend, I will always start like one easy game where you get like 10 to 12 gems every time you do a level, and then one of the higher point ones or two. Like I started a couple of them on the ×4 weekend, because it'll remember that ×4 gems. Whatever gems it says when you first download it and start it is what it'll remember. So even after the weekend goes, you get those bonus gems. So then the fun thing is with that, I have now 5 storage on Sundale. I also bought a lot of deco storage so that I can go negative with like more extra fields for temp corning. And then Sundale, I have 4 and lots of deco. My next deco is 500. And copper, I have 3. I just don't need it there. That one I think has plenty of deco storage. It's still monies. So this is the other fun thing. There's an app I use called Free Cash App. And so for playing Big Farm Homestead, this is what I've made so far. 23 cents, $1.88, $9.80. So bonus reward number 2, I probably had to spend $15, but then I got $10 back. So, you know, pretty nice. Bonus reward number 1, I think that was like once I spent $3, I got $5 back. Golden Hills Homestead level 3, $28. I missed the timer on these two. So Golden Hills Homestead 4 and 5, that would have been $55 and $92. Those were pretty tight cutoffs. But $1.88, $9, $23. That's just like as you play it, it unlocks more time. And then these levels, like level 35, $28. Level 30 was $19. And then my next kind of things that I get for playing, I haven't been playing for 90 days yet, but once I hit 90 days, I'll get $9. And then level 40, I get $37. I have 19 more days for that, so that's plenty of time. But I will most likely not, obviously, get the $65 for level 50. This box cat game was one I downloaded on Tapjoy for gems, so I ended up making not even quite a whole $1. So some of the games really don't pay well. Disney Solitaire was one that was really good. So $26 for Snow White, $43.59 for Cinderella. These ones we missed, so I had stopped playing. And the other ones were pretty low value, like a few cents or $1 here and there. So it was mostly just those 2 points. So I mostly just made this. But that's pretty easy. It was pretty fun. And then the only money I spent in Farm Homestead is for the season pass. But the next season pass I buy, I have once I've spent $4 more, I'll get $18. And the $18 I can put towards Google Play to buy more packs, or I put it through Amazon. But in total on this app, I've made $305.81.